Agentic coding is the fast lane into the future of software engineering. Instead of writing every line of code yourself, you orchestrate agents to do the hard work for you. In this video, I will show you what agentic coding actually is, why it's taking off right now, and how you can get started in minutes. No buzzwords, no hype, promise. Let's go! Let's start with something that you probably already know. Most of us use large language models like ChatGPT to generate code, debug code, write tests, or just brainstorm an idea. And it's impressive, to be honest. But still, it feels like a single-step interaction. You give a prompt and you get a response. Agentic coding is the next evolution. Instead of using one-off prompt, you build workflows made of autonomous, specialized agents, and they collaborate with each other and hand off their results on to the next one to create something bigger. The concept really took off around April this year when Anthropic launched Cloud Code. It's basically a CLI-based tool for interacting with an agent or with a large language model on your computer. Anthropic basically redefined the way we develop software. With Cloud Code, Anthropic basically redefined the automation and the way we develop software. It gave us the tools to turn these intelligent models into modular, composable systems. And suddenly coding with AI became orchestration. Think of it like a junior developer, or many. Instead of micromanage, you can give each person a task and wait for it to return the results to you. In code, it means instead of crafting one perfect prompt or building a monolithic script to do something, you define a pipeline. For example, one agent fetches an information, another one summarizes this information, and the third one might turn it into a slide deck. It's modular, it's reusable, and here is the fun part. You're not writing instructions anymore, you're designing systems. Alright, let's have a look how that looks like in the terminal. So if we open the terminal and we have Cloud Code installed, we just type Cloud to actually run Cloud Code in our codebase. And once Cloud Code started, what I just said before, just try to use some phrases, try to explore your code base and try it out on your own. And for this example, we can start with what tech stack is the project using, and we let Cloud Code analyze our application here and see what the result is. Fast forward, as you can see, Cloud Code analyzed our code base and gave us a comprehensive summary of what our tech stack looks like for this application. So we have a front end with Next.js, we have an infrastructure part with AWS CDK, we have some testing frameworks, some development tools, and it also tells us what key features are actually in use. So now explore something else. For example, does the front end support multiple languages, and see what Cloud Code can analyze with this prompt. And as you can see, Cloud Code could also answer this question for us by checking our codebase and learning about the features it has for us. Let's try one more. How can I deploy a new version of the website? And let's see what Cloud Code tells us in this case. All right, here we go. Here is the result, and we get a complete overview of how the deployment works and what commands I can run to create a new version, a new deployment for our website. So obviously, this was a very simple use case that I showed you just to get you started with Cloud Code and with agentic coding in your code base. I suggest you just try it out and be creative with your commands and your prompts and just play around a little bit and see what an LLM applied to your codebase can actually bring with regards to benefits. Just give it a try, have fun, play around with it, and get your hands dirty. Until now, most of us used prompt engineering, crafting clever inputs for getting the best response for a single model. And this works very well if you're talking to an AI in a one-shot interaction. But in agentic coding, prompts are not enough. you're not prompting anymore, you're creating systems, and systems need context. And that's why context engineering is the new discipline. Let me break it down. Agentic systems typically resolve around three pillars: model, context, and prompt. This means even the most powerful model won't save you if your context is broken, irrelevant, or incomplete. And likewise, even the best prompt can't help you if it's floating around an empty context. So the real work here becomes engineering the right context, providing your agent with the files and directories, defining the visibility your agent has on your code base, and structuring the tasks and the actual issue your agent should work on. If you get your context right, your agent acts like a specialist. If you get it wrong, your agent will hallucinate, repeat themselves, or actually work around the issue instead of solving it. This shift from prompting to context design is what makes agentic coding so powerful and so different to classical LLM usage. Model matters, prompting matters, but in real-world systems, the context is what makes it or breaks it. Alright, so how do you get started with agentic coding? And here's the best part. You don't even need a full functional workflow. You don't need to spend tons of money, and you don't need any clever plan to follow on. You just start. And the best way to do that is install Cloud Code CLI. I would recommend to go with Cloud Code in the beginning because the features this CLI offers you and the ecosystem you work with is pretty easy for beginners. There are tons of other products out in the market, but don't get confused about all the different opinions and options there exist for you, and don't try to select the best coder and the best model right now. I would recommend to go with Cloud Code CLI. As said, it offers just the best ecosystem to work with a lot of features in place that make working with agentic coding very easily, especially for beginners. So install the CLI and use the free plan. Don't go on any max plan, on any paid plan yet. Just install it and take it to your first code base, and then just explore. You don't need any fancy paid plan for doing so, just to get your hands dirty. And when you run your first agent, point it to your code base and ask things like, what can I improve here? What does this app actually do? And can you suggest me some improvements I could do in this code base? Or let it do a classical code review, or take a file that you want to touch since ages and ask it how it would refactor this file to be more maintainable. Just starting to talk to your code base through an agent, and let the tool surprise you. Let it show you what capabilities it has and what it can actually do for you. Agentic coding is not about knowing everything from the beginning. It's about discovering what's possible when you stop coding yourself and let an agent do the work. In upcoming videos, I will show you different use cases and multi-agent workflows that you can apply in your code base and deepen their understanding for agentic coding and the workflows and patterns you can use. But for now, just install it and have fun. Alright, that's it for this one. I hope I could give you some insights on what agentic coding actually is, why it matters, and how it can unlock you as a builder. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, or leave a comment below. See you in the next one.